Oh, are we going now? Okay, Jason, can you see stuff? Okay, I don't know why that didn't work and now it's not working. Now it's working. There is an old meme that I saw one time that said, my code isn't working and I don't know why. And then it said, my code is working and I don't know why. Anyway, so I'm going to get some confirmation here. Let's check my phone. Let's see that we are actually streaming. Are we streaming? Live. I don't see it there. It says we're streaming, but I don't trust it because it was being weird. So if you guys will bear with me, OBS unexpectedly quit. Okay. YouTube, my channel. It says I'm live, and I click on it. So, and I'm live. You guys will bear with me. OBS unexpectedly quit. So that seems to be working. Okay. I'm not getting any audio. YouTube. Oh, sweet. All right. My channel. Okay. So, sorry for the weirdness there. All set up. Okay. So yeah. So this is my comic that I'm working on. I'm about, 18 pages into it. Got started a couple months ago, so going pretty well so far. You can kind of see the current setup here. These guys go out on a little trip, and they see some stuff. Black Widow drops in on them, and they get attacked. And what we're about to see is the continuation of this fight. So let's jump over here and start inking. All right, I think I had Jason Copeland in the chats, and he is gone now. I don't know where he came from. I'm not sure if it was Blue Sky or whatever. But if you guys haven't seen his book Full Tilt, you should check it out. It's freaking rad. Okay, so what do we want to ink with today? I don't like how that one terminates. I don't like the extra brush stroke on that. That was nice. All right. Okay, so, oh, you're here. Cool. Yeah. Anyway, today, I'm trying to ink this whole page here, which should be kind of quick because a lot of this is going to be scribbling kind of web that's being flicked at him. So if we see the previous page, they're kind of fighting here, and then the Black Widow starts tossing webs. Okay, so let's get our little, I'll turn my keylogger off. I'm not teaching right now. You guys don't care about the keylogger. Okay. Yeah, so it's been going a little bit slower than it was at first because I think I broke at least one rib, cracked a few others. I don't know if there's a difference between breaking and cracking, but got a motorcycle accident a few years ago and punctured a lung and broke my collarbone in 2 places and broke some ribs, 7 ribs in the back there. And then I got pneumonia twice. Anyway, it sucked. It was a bunch of stuff that was not fun. And then it was over. And then a week ago, I was going outside to check because my dryer smelled like smoke, which is not typically how you want a dryer to smell. And I slipped on some ice outside and I fell down the stairs. And I landed in the same stupid place. And I think I cracked some ribs, which also manageable, not a big deal, until I was in my studio on Friday, like a week after that. And I ended up sneezing really hard. It sounds so stupid saying it out loud. Anyway, just searing pain and an audible crack. I think I actually broke a rib in half at that point. So it has been a couple of days of hot pads and not fun. But anyway, still getting some pages done, just a little bit slower than normal. Get a little bit bigger here and get some line variation. Anyway, fun stuff. Yeah. But I'm still pretty happy with how the comic's coming out. I took a few years off and did some animation. So it's kind of nice to be back into comics. Yeah, so good question. So why draw digitally? I almost always draw traditionally when I'm doing comics, but one of the things that I was dealing with is speed, and so I wanted to get this one out and done really fast. I'm coloring it, so you can see I've got these. Ooh, let's zoom out there. You know, I've got these kind of crazy colored panels and stuff that are going on, and anyway, I'm doing a bunch of stuff that I don't normally do or haven't done yet, just to kind of speed things up that just make digital a lot faster. So I like traditional for a lot of things, but I don't think I'm at the stage where anybody's buying my original pages, and I was just needing. Well, I'm also like, I've got 3 kids at home. The youngest is a 3-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a 15-year-old, and it just got progressively more and more difficult to kind of sneak away and set up. So I can often, I don't like that eraser, get things done a lot quicker. Which it's not necessarily all about speed, but I am doing this as a. Where's my freaking erasers? As I'm talking about speed, I can't find anything. There we go. And Wacom decided to sponsor me a little bit more, or again, or something, and however you want to measure that. And they sent me a Move Ink. I've got a Cintiq in my studio, which is what I'm on right now, but the Move Ink is kind of portable. I hate the iPad. And the Move Ink, it allows me to hook up basically a portable Cintiq to my laptop. And so I can draw during lunch, at work, I can draw during meetings. things if no one's able to see my screen, kind of see what's going on. I mean, it's obviously that I'm drawing, but and so the Move Ink is a bit of a game changer as far as portability, because I always have my laptop with me anyway. I don't know. I started digitally when I was teaching myself how to draw about 10 or 12 years ago, and turns out if you don't know how to draw traditionally, then drawing digitally is awful and you suck at it. And so I switched and I did 60 pages of my first comic traditionally, learned a ton, took some really bad advice on like darkening pencils, which is dumb, instead of just inking. And anyway, then I did a children's book, 40-page children's book, and I did that traditionally on paper. And hand inked everything, and it was awesome. 11 by 17 board and whatnot. And anyway, I liked it a lot. But one of the things that came of that was I learned how to draw traditionally really well, or at least, you know, well enough for my purposes. And that made, when I went back to digital illustration, it made all the tools make sense and understood what I was doing and whatnot. And so now I'm just faster doing this way. Man, I hate that mouth. I want it to be more angular. Where's my reference sheet? Give me my characters. So this guy could not download. Great. What is? I've got two different praying mantis in this, and I want to make sure I'm getting the profile correct to the right one. That's fighting right now. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna just redo this part. See, this is the main thing. That would be a lot of whiteout, which I'm not opposed to, but for the sake of speed. So I'm trying a little experiment on this. And the experiment is I'm going back to my webcomic roots, and I want to see if I can do a traditionally published book, but use kind of the webcomic model to build an audience. So I'm releasing these pages for free, which, you know, I might regret that at some point, but so far it's fine. And I don't really care if I make a ton of money off of this thing or anything, but it's a cool story and I want people to read it. So anyway, so pages for free. I got a couple hundred people on an email list. Not all of them are reading it, but enough of them that it's been worthwhile so far. And then we'll, when we get to a certain point, which I haven't decided yet of what that is, we'll kickstart it or Indiegogo or whatever, and see who shows up. All right, that's good. So let's do another layer here. I'm going to change my backdrop. I've been doing the the webs is kind of white and black, and so I think I'll do white first. So this needs to kind of like wrap around the face. Another thing about traditional is I have never found a satisfactory white pen or ink. It has been a pretty consistent frustration. I really want to be able to do what I do in black ink and white, and it's, I don't know, just can't find anything that I really like. There's gel pens, there's the Posca stuff, but it's just never really done what I wanted. It's like thick, or it's not dependable. I need this to be more threatening. Let's see. I'm going to go bigger. And then I'm going to wrap some cords around it. So I'll kind of come up over the top here like this. And then let's kind of Todd McFarlane these webs here. And add some spaghetti stuff. Let's see. Some of this, it's flying from the side, so some of this would hit this as well. I'm gonna pretend she brought her arm up after she got hit in the face. That will make it easier. Yeah. So anyway, the ribs have been annoying because they're slowing me down quite a bit. I'm still able to get a few pages out, but it's taken about twice as long. Got the day job, which isn't anything new, but I was able to do a page every 2 or 3 days. And now it's been 3 pages in a week and a half. So not my favorite thing. But I just can't sit in this chair as long. I gotta take breaks and go lay on a heating pad. Okay. I'm going to kind of wrap this around so this will kind of come over, and then this is, I would say, webbing is one thing that I would really prefer to do traditionally, because I just have never found anything digitally that I can nail with the same type of little, kind of like Scotty Young does, with like a Kuretake pocket brush or Pentel pocket brush. And it's, I don't know, it gets close, but I don't know. Jason says, I hear that. Whiteout is the only thing I found that is 100% opaque. It's hard to ink over after doing a few corrections with it. Yeah, Old Man Kerr for sure. I am feeling it. I was doing pretty good until the fall down the stairs. Is it Bargetzi? Nate Bargetzi was saying, you know you're old when you fall. If people laugh, you're not old yet. If people are very concerned, you're old. Anyway. But yeah. Okay. Let's see what this looks like. Gets the point across. Let's do the rest, and we'll see if we want some more. Okay. So let's check where my lettering is. Lettering. Why am I doing it the slowest way possible? Okay. So big balloon there. split balloon there. Sound effects there. I'm still going to figure out how I want to do the sound effects. All right. Okay, so there's our webs. Let's jump back over here, get some spider legs. Got some reference on this other screen because I still have not figured out the structure of the black widow spider's legs. They are very distinct shapes. They're kind of like off-centered in the way that they connect the ball joints, or maybe they're hinge joints, but they look like ball joints. They've got to be hinged because it's a spider, but they're like not in the middle, and I haven't quite figured that out. But let's see if, yeah. So I'm just going to grab this picture and let's pop it over here and stick her on top here. And I mainly want to take a look at the structure. You can kind of see that they bulge near the ends, but they're not like an hourglass where it's centered. And the two in the front and the two in the back seem to be quite a bit longer. I've also noticed, I think I might be diminishing my audience because quite a few people do not like spiders enough to be like, I don't really want to read that book. That's fine. The whole book has bugs in it, so. So Jason, I'm curious, you've been kind of teasing a new book. Are you going to do the same type of thing as Full Tilt, like fully finish everything and then crowdfund at the end? Or are you going to be releasing stuff kind of as you go, or what's your plan? I imagine you're not going to do something as dumb as I'm doing and just do a webcomics model where you give it all away for free. Man, Full Tilt was great. I have the one original page from it, and it is awesome. Such a good book. I should have you back on my YouTube channel. When you get a chance, leave that open there. Let's see. Nope. This is the other thing that's really nice about inking digitally. Where's my contiguous? Is I can fill things in like that, which is great. Yeah, give ourselves a little squiggle there. Years from promoting it. Same sort of length, around 300 pages or so. And you get it done before you crowdfund it. Cool. Well, you don't have to come on just to promote. I just like hanging out with people and talking shop. This whole comics business is sometimes lonely in the grand scheme of things. I don't even think I decided on where my light source is. It looks upper left. Okay. So at least be consistent on the page, but I don't think the light source is the same on the other pages. I don't think people are going to care that much. All right. Let's see here. I want that edge. And then there. And let's fill that out. That's fine. All right. And then that leg is going to be behind the other one. And here comes the speed again where I just cheat and erase stuff. Okay. And let's get our I think that is a little bit too high. Move that up a little bit. I don't think I've seen, so you don't have to answer, but is it going to be a similar genre or totally different thing? Is it going to be futuristic again? Okay. And let's go something along the lines of this. Nope. That's got to be on this other side. I don't like that. Redo that. Let's redraw that half there. So I'm going to come in and I want it tight at the top, and then I want this to bulge more. There we go. That's better. All right. Man, I haven't live streamed while drawing in a long time. And you kind of just feel like you're talking to yourself because you're kind of just talking to yourself. Is this that brush that has the stupid line? Ugh, I hate that line. Okay, we're switching brushes. Give me my... Yeah, that's the one I want. Yeah, okay, good. This is the dumbest shape. All right. Near future, post-apocalyptic. That way I can create a reality that no one can refute. Agreed. I've got a buddy, Joshua Kemble, who is drawing a book right now that really took place. I'm just going to delete this whole thing. And so it's historical. And I mean, I guess you'd call it fiction, but it's pretty, I don't know, it's kind of nonfiction. Anyway, that just sounds terrible because I don't want all the historians to be like, well, actually, that type of furniture wasn't invented yet. So, anyway. I like that idea. The novel I'm writing right now is doing something similar where one of the things is that time is just breaking down. And so anything that's weird, I can just say, well, you know, physics are broken. So the rules are different. Or this one. I don't know, you want to be internally consistent with your story, but I mean, if anybody complains, I mean, these guys they're bugs, you know, and they're walking and talking and wearing clothes. So, you know, too much realism is not to be expected. But I do want it to be internally consistent. I've found one problem with the comic I'm doing right now, and that is I don't really know how their clothes work, which is a slight issue because some of the characters have wings on their back, or like the beetle character that's earlier in the scene is wearing like a hockey jersey, but then he has to open up his kind of shell to reveal his wings. And it's not an animation, so I just did it. And I don't need to explain it to anybody, but it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I want to be able to tell a story without people saying that what I'm going for isn't possible. Yeah, totally agree. I want to give the readers and watchers enough reason to have a willing suspension of disbelief that they can just sit back and enjoy the story and not worry about that. So I am with you there. Okay, let's do some webs. It's interesting for this scene. I was watching YouTube videos of praying mantises. I don't know what the plural of that is, and black widow spiders. And some guy actually had in his backyard. He went out there and he had a black widow that was fighting a mantis, and they are both really terrifying creatures. But it was interesting because the mantis, I think, is a lot more articulated and probably stronger. Definitely a little bit bigger. But the black widow kind of like backed off and was using long legs to kind of keep her distance. And it was interesting because, whoosh, that leg is bad. It was interesting because she just started throwing silk out. And then the mantis had to stop fighting and start dealing with kind of trying not to be entangled. It was an interesting tactic. So, incorporated that into the comic, which is fun. All right, how are we doing there? Good? Good. That joint is weird. So which way is that going to bend? Let's cut into this a little bit. Yeah, that's a little bit better. And then let's add a highlight down in here. That's nice. All right. That panel's done. And let's see what's going on here. Same situation. Oh, do I want to do one of those? So in the pages prior, I'm not sure if I like how this looks. I might go back and redo that, but I'm doing these kind of like smear frames to show movement. Movement in comics, man. It's like, you've got to decide so many different things. Are you cool with speed lines? Are you going to do smear frames or stretch or ghosted images? Do you do like a storyboard panel? I think I like that better than I like this. I might go back and recolor that. Yeah. Okay, so here, I think I'll just do a little bit of an echo. So let's come in, get on our leg layer here, and go bigger, and be black. And certain really long straight lines, I feel like hold my breath, and I am not hitting that. I want to come in here. This is another thing. It's so much harder on glass. I can do that line on paper all day long, but not on glass. Okay. So that is rotating from there. I don't want to do a full thing. So let's fill that in. And let's fill most of this in. I like that fold. I'll leave it. That looks stupid. Okay. This is what you get for not doing tight pencils. I was watching an interview with Fiona Staples. And something that she really stood out to me, where she's like, you know, when you're working digitally, at some point you just gotta, like, when do the pencils start and stop, and when do the inks start and stop? It's all kind of the same. So I especially do not do tight pencils when I mean, I don't do a lot of tight pencils anyway, but I especially don't do tight pencils when I'm inking inking digitally. Motion is best shown with lots of diagonal elements. Lines that fall directly on the horizontal lateral axis are read as dull or inactive. I agree. So I'm hoping this diagonal leg feels like it's flipping out. So that would snap. I'm just gonna give myself a couple little echoes here. And then a few blurs. Let's see. Switch brushes again. Nope. This one, but smaller. Okay, so if we're pivoting here, yeah. And this is why I don't pencil live on the air, is because whenever I'm building something, I like think it through and I can't